Hi folks, today's classic is a particularly lovely example of the rare and very well loved Lotus Elan. This one's from 1992, an interesting history with this car. This one is the SE Turbo model, so those of you who know the cars will know that the SE Turbo does give you 167 brake horsepower when new, allows you from 0 to 60 in around 6.5 seconds, which is very respectable. A front wheel drive car, remember. I think it was Vauxhall or General Motors pulled in £40 million for the development of this M100, as it was known. It was the Lotus's first new sports car for many years prior to this one coming out. Now obviously the 1990s was a year of recession, so sales weren't as hot as they could have been back then, but for those who actually drove the car did have a lot of respect for it, because after all this is very much a real Lotus. Now the engine is a tough old girl. It's Isuzu actually, power plant with a strong turbo. The performance figures that I've just given you are very impressive for a car of its era, and this one, if you add all the mileage up, it's covered around 35,000 miles only. Now it was bought, this car we're selling on behalf of its local owner here in North Hampshire where we're based, and she bought it from another local chap who imported it back in the year 2000 from Hong Kong. It had only covered 18,000 kilometers when he bought it, which is about 11,000 miles in English. He owned the car for 18 years, and the lady that I'm selling the car for has owned the car for around 6 years. So that actually takes up for a fairly large chunk of its life. The car was about 8 years old when it was imported from Hong Kong. And it really is in stunning condition. It really is as good as it looks in real life as these photos. Now, having looked through the vast history file, and it really is a very chunky folder, the car was treated to a full professional respray back in 2006. The wheels were refurbished and various other finishings were taking place. So that was new badges, weather shield, weather trim, etc, etc, and that's why I think it looks so glorious now. Now, as you can tell from the mileage, it hasn't had a huge amount of use, but it has been garaged. It's been looked after very well, and there's plenty of evidences through all of the invoices of the two UK owners who kept this car in excellent order. It's a pleasure to drive. It is a quick car, and obviously when that boost gauge starts to build and you see the bar of pressure starting to build up, you can feel the turbo kick in, and with the legendary handling of a Lotus, it really is a lovely car to drive. So the colour's called electric blue, which really does suit the car. It's a metallic colour, and inside it has a leather interior with this yellow flash. Now the interior is in excellent condition, as you can see from the passenger seat there. The carpets are all lovely, as is all the plastic, as is the steering wheel. This is a Series 2 model. In fact, it's one of the very last ones. There is a little wear here on this bolster from the probably getting in and out the car. A little bit of fade there. However, it's not hold, it's just a little worn. There's a handbook here and a large file. It has a modern Pioneer hi-fi, and as you can see, lovely instrumentation. Oh, that's 23,000 miles shown there, so I think when we work out all the mileage, it should add up to about 35,000 miles in total when we take into account the previous set of dials. You'll notice that these ones are miles per hour dials. Originally it would have had kilometre hours drive dials. Beautiful paintwork. I will show you around the car slowly. You can see that those wheels are excellent. The very smallest of scuffs here, very small, and then as I show you around the rest of the car, hopefully you'll see that the car is in very nice condition. There's a little mark here. This is where the roof sits down. This is the latest. This area actually did get repainted, because where it lives underneath the hood, you do tend to find that the rest of the car fades at a different rate to the rest. Now, it's been improved, it's in good condition, and that's the only bit of paintwork I think that's been done on this car. And just down this side, as I show down, you'll see the paintwork is very straight and very lovely, and it's a high quality finish. Those yellow calipers, which is the correct colour for the Lotus, of course. Those wheels. I've got we've got Pirelli tyres on the front, four good tyres, and you can look back on MOT history and see that the car has clearly been looked after. If I zoom in very closely here, I can see a little mark. Famous pop-up headlamps and that turbocharged engine. So hopefully you'll see from my walk around video here, the car itself does present extremely well. It has been fitted with a auto let switch, as we call them. It goes back here, and that helps preserve the battery life. It's a simple job to get the roof back up. It's a one-hand person. It can be done with one person. It's very easy to get that roof up. And then I'll sit in the car now and hopefully show you a little more of the interior. Now, just popping in behind the driver's seat now. And one of the obvious advantages of the low miles is just how nice a condition everything is, because it just simply hasn't worn out. Like, for example, the leather on this steering wheel is lovely. The dashboard, the plastics are all in very nice order here. The door cards, you can see the quality leather, all stitched in, looking great. The carpets are in excellent condition. Got a carpet mat there, but you can see it's all in very superior condition. Now, the air conditioning isn't working. Now, cars from the 90s, you kind of struggle for that always to be the case. But a very good ventilation system, and I think on those hot days, dropping the roof down would probably be preferable. Just really good all-round condition. I think I happen to have a set of keys here, and while we're here, it'd be a shame not to just get that car started. I will be taking some exterior photographs as well, so you can have a look at her from the outside. But and quite a nice exhaust tone when she starts. Now, it's telling me to put my seatbelt on. The owner has explained that occasionally there is a management light that comes on, but then after a few minutes of driving it goes off and stays off. The local garage here that's been looking after the car for 6 years, I've always plugged it in and never actually found any issues, so I don't think you've got any problems. It's in lovely condition inside and out. It drives especially nicely. Even though it's low mileage, it still has been used, so you don't have to worry about there being, sort of seized brakes and a problem driving it. I happen to believe that these cars, especially a low mileage one in this sort of condition, and I happen to think electric blue looks beautiful, I think they will continue to rise in price over time, because this is a true Lotus. It's a rare car. The numbers of these are quite limited compared to, for example, an MX-5, which would have been around at the same time. I think power performance wise, certainly with the turbo fitted on the SE model, I think this would have been the performance car to have. They look lovely on the road. Of course, those iconic pop-up headlamps always look wonderful on a Lotus. Always look good. And there we are. Let me just, in fact, I've got to show you those, haven't I? I've got to start the engine. That sounds great. The exhaust tone is really nice. So, well, hopefully this little video has given you an idea of the condition of the car. Love to show you this car in real life. It's just as striking. It's beautiful and clean. It would look great any car show in the land. I think they'd be very happy to see one of these turn up. I think they've aged really well. It really is a wonderful interpretation of the old Lotus Elan, brought back to life from the 90s, and a scarce sight on the road. Beautiful condition. The car's never been welded. It's rock solid underneath. It's been cared for with kid gloves. Certainly two enthusiast owners. And for those in the club, say a Lotus Club badge, the car is in beautiful condition. It's in stock now. So please contact me. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. All the cars that leave us go through our workshop to iron out any niggles that may exist. The car is absolutely spot on. I think I mentioned to you we had that one area of paintwork carried out on the back there due to fading, because this area usually lives underneath a roof. So for that reason, that bit's been painted, and there's some very small, just very small micro blistering left behind here. Very tough to spot unless you get within inches of it. But other than that, other than the areas that I've pointed out to you, the paintwork is in lovely condition, and it will really be a credit to a new owner. And above all, it's just one of those really drivable cars, especially when the sun's out. You can really enjoy top-down motoring in an iconic British brand in excellent condition, and I actually think for the price point it will prove a wise future investment too. And at this mileage, this few owners, it does make it, I believe, probably one of the more desirable Elans available on the market today. And being the SE Turbo in this colour, in this condition, I think it makes it very special. Well, thank you very much for watching today's video, folks. If I can help you, please get in touch and I'll be happy to arrange a test drive. We can have this car sent anywhere in the UK at a competitive price point. I just need your postcode